Tom, another quick turnaround. How have the past couple of days been?
Yeah, I can't fault the players' attitudes. You know, they've showed up every day in training, and this is the only way to really fight out a tough period is to work hard through it, to stick together through it, and can't fault the players' attitudes. They're certainly behind me, and they're sticking together. And as I say, that is the only way you can get through these periods.
What's the injury situation? Any new concerns ahead of the weekend?
No, we've come out of the game well. So just the three boys, Backman, Duomo and Bar, progressing well. They're all started the pitch part of their rehab, and we're pleased with their progress.
Rocco got a few minutes against Leeds. Is he ready to start, do you think?
Yeah, so Rocco obviously had the little knee issue, and then quite a nasty virus where he lost quite a lot of weight. So we're building Rocco back up. The 30-minute blowout will have done him well. So he's recovered most of that weight he lost and in contention to start.
Doumbia and Tom Daly came off against Leeds. Was that just precaution? Yeah,
both nursing tight hamstrings. So I felt like when the result looked out of our grasp, it was a chance for me to protect those two in the build-up to what was an important game this Saturday.
And Caleb Wiley, do you know how far away he might be from featuring?
Yeah, so I think 3 or 4 weeks, maybe less than that before he joins the group to train. So we're excited to get him in the building and start to work with him.
Was it nice to see some minutes for Kevin at the Vic on Tuesday?
Yeah, Kevin's a player that I value a lot, the attributes he can bring to the squad. And he's had a tricky time keeping fit, but he's been consistently training for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks now, and he's a real live chance of playing more minutes.
And another positive from that game, Amin Nabazada getting his first championship minutes, a proud one for the club?
Absolutely, and it wasn't a token gesture at all. It's something he's deserved. He's been training fantastically well. He's an exciting young player and someone who looks like he really belongs at this level. So I'm excited to see more of Amin this season, and also when he grows into his physique, I think we've got a real exciting prospect on our hands.
Results obviously haven't been what we've been hoping for. What is the biggest thing which needs to change, do you think, before the Middlesbrough game?
Yeah, so it's a good question, really, because I feel like there's been a lot of positives from our last 3 performances. The thing that I would change is can we turn that control of the ball and that belief we're showing to play into chances, into penetration, and ultimately that should help us turn the results into wins.
Middlesbrough in a little bit of a tough run of form as well. What do you make of them at the moment?
Yeah, they're a side I really respect, but I feel like the 3 or 4 teams that were in that mix for most of the season, us, West Brom, Blackburn and Middlesbrough, are all suffering from poor form. So very similar phase to what we're going through, so it makes it an even more important match for both sides on Saturday.
We obviously beat them at the Vic earlier in the season, but they've done a bit of business in the January window. Do you think they're a different proposition now than earlier on?
Again, they look like a side who might are going through a bit of a rut, maybe a lack of confidence. You normally see Middlesbrough go and dominate the ball everywhere they go, and last night that wasn't the case at Sheffield United. So maybe fresh faces still trying to bed in, Iheanacho and Ilin Jr. and players like this, but they have bags and bags of quality and depth, and they're a side that, like I said, I really respect. I like the way Michael sees the game. I know him very well, and there's no hiding places that it's a huge game for both clubs.
We've obviously got an extra 24 hours on them. Is that a big advantage at this level? Does that make a difference?
Well, we have to make it a difference. Yeah, and I think I don't like using it as an excuse, but Leeds looked the side that have made 10 changes on Tuesday, so we have to look like the side who's had an extra 24 hours and put pressure on ourselves to be the fresher side.
You mentioned Michael Carrick. I think it's 1-1 between the two of you so far. How are you looking forward to coming up against him again?
Yeah, always. You know, he's I said it about Lampard a few weeks ago. He's a classy guy, and his team plays in a classy way. And he was a great midfield player, and you can see you can certainly see Michael in his team, the way he likes the technical, intelligent footballers. He plays the ball through the middle of the pitch and likes his midfielders to get on the ball. So you can certainly see Carra's in his team, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
When you know the other manager, how does it work? Do you have a long chat before the game? Do you leave it to afterwards?
We'll leave it all till afterwards, yeah. So we don't show our hands before the game, but I'm sure we'll have a long catch up after the game.
It's another long journey after Sunderland last week. Does that impact the players at all?
No, I mean, I think we've got a pretty good environment here. It's not an excuse culture, and no, I think more than anything we just understand what the fans have to go through to support us and follow us, and it's a difficult one for twice in the space of 7 days to the northeast, but we're ready for the challenge, and let's hope that we can put a performance in that those supporters are worthy of the journey.
And finally, do you think are we getting into the business end of the season now? The league's sort of tightly packed, and victories will mean more than they might have done a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I think the condensing of that part, the middle part of the league, has really meant that it's wide open for someone to hit form now and burst into the playoff mix. So, although I'm still of the mindset to take each game as it comes, I think you're right. I think it's crept upon us that there's only 15 games left, 2.5 months left, and the form team from now on in will get in the playoffs.